Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So nice of you to join me once more on this beautiful night. And what a beautiful night it is. I have been working non-stop on this album for the better part of 6 months. I've had to learn so many new skills and do so much more work than I originally intended to give you the best quality product that I could. It has been an amazing journey, and I look forward to what I can create next. But the problem is that so much of my effort was put toward this creative endeavor that I've neglected a lot of my own personal life. And I'm hoping now with the freedom, I can finally start to move back into my own life and start working on things that I want to do. I want to say that this album has taken up the better part of the 6 months, and that's what's kept me busy. But the truth is, I've been busy since I abandoned my original YouTube account nearly 3 years ago. I have been employed and working my ass off for years to try and get into a position where I can be creative and express myself, but without the limitations of, monetary barriers. And thankfully I've gotten to a point now where I have the finances to do these things. I just don't have the time. So I'm hoping now with this album behind me, I can start to move forward with my own other personal projects. And hopefully you guys will join me along the way. If you are interested in that, feel free to go into the comment section, and in the pinned comment is my other channel. It is my vlog and my poetry channel, if you're into that sort of thing. But it will give you a better idea of the things that I'm working on, and I'm hoping that soon not only will I spend my time doing more creative projects that are outside of music, but also do more gaming related content. Believe it or not, before I even started my YouTube channel, I used to be a streamer, and I was pretty good at it, but unfortunately the powers that be have pushed that kind of passion away from me. But now that I'm clawing my way back to a more free life, I'm very excited to announce that I will start working on those projects just as well. One thing that's really gotten me with the EbonWing project is that it has taken a level of dedication that I haven't really experienced in my life. And it's not to say that I haven't tried, it's just, it has been a perpetual challenge, both in technical skill and general, how do I describe it, attrition. Just the sheer volume of work that needed to be done for such a significant period of time. To put it in perspective, just to render the videos, just to render them. This isn't including putting them together, making the artwork, making the music, doing the scripting for the lyrics. Just rendering the songs into video format took 22 hours. That is one full day of just rendering a video. Everything else that's been involved in this project, from learning how to use video editing software, creating the songs, writing the songs, making the artwork, working tirelessly with GPT to help bring my vision to life in a way that's true to my vision, is a significant challenge. And the fact that I've gotten to a point now where I'm satisfied enough to walk away from this project is just a monumentous moment for me. And I'm so happy, and I really, really hope that you guys enjoy this album as much as I did making it. There's going to be a whole nother section after this spiel where I listen to the songs and I give my feedback directly about the songs themselves, as kind of like a director's commentary, to kind of give you an idea of what each song meant and why I made it and what it means to me. And I feel like if you appreciate my music and you care at least a little bit about the person who made them, getting a little bit of insight on what my motivations were to make these songs, and honestly give you a little bit of insight on why I haven't monetized. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I really hope that you enjoy the album. I will catch you in the next section. So, Room Without Air. What an interesting song. I believe this was the first song that I wrote, and what inspired me to make the album in the first place. Well, technically there was another song, it's called Interloper, but that's besides the point. This song was made in December, I believe, the 28th, and it kind of put in perspective like how long I've been working on this project, because to go back to the original edit of the song and just realize that it's been like 6 months since I made that song and I'm still working on it. It's just crazy. Another little detail with the song is that it's actually the first version. There's another version that has the lyrics toward the end during the crescendo, but it's actually not there in this version. I went and looked for the other version. It is gone. I have no idea where it is, but somewhere out there in the ether there's a version of this song that has a little extra lyrics in there, but if I ever find it, I'll post it for you. Room Without Air was kind of written as a plea to everyone else to realize that, like, I don't like being social. I have to be. And just because I have to be around people doesn't mean that I want to. So I kind of get stuck in this situation where I seek out social interactions with people and then they disappoint me and I feel like I don't want to be around them anymore. And then I feel bad because it's like maybe there's something wrong with me and then they take that as something wrong with them. And it's not, I don't dislike other people, I just don't want to be around other people. And it's so hard to just not want to be somewhere, and you just can't avoid it, because no matter what you do, you're going to upset somebody. It's a real shame, and I really wish that there was something that I could do to let other people know that I don't dislike them. I just need to be alone, because I need to be alone. Free to Leave was kind of an interesting song. I think it came to me when one of my friends, who I was very close with at the time, he had invited me into his server, and when I got there, he needed moderators to help build the community, and that's what I did. I was basically the community manager. I reached out to people and made sure that the community was built in such a way that it facilitated a good quality community between everyone that was there, both, friendly and cordially if they didn't get along. And I did such an amazing job, but the problem was it kind of burned me out, because I don't know if you know anything about social interactions online, but it's like herding cats. It's very difficult. And one day I decided, hey, I'm okay with being friends, I'm okay with communicating with you, I'm okay with, being partners, our server, your server. I'm okay with us being partners and everything, but for right now I need to step away from your server because I'm a little overwhelmed and I just need my own space, my own time. And for whatever reason, I still don't know to this day, he blocked me and banned me from his server and cut all ties. When I say I was close with this guy, I literally had his phone number. I texted him asking him what happened. It was kind of a crazy situation. But the weirdest part is that I told him at the onset that at some point I would probably end up leaving, and that I want him to appreciate the moments that we spend together and appreciate the community that I can build for him in the interim. I was in that server for about 3 months, and I was already working on other songs on EbonWing at the time. When he did that, it kind of hit me so strongly that I was riding my motorcycle home, and the song just clicked in my head. And as soon as I got home from work, I immediately started writing it. And it came out as just an anthem of fuck you. Because you can't give someone the right to leave and then punish them for doing it. It's just not okay. And I will never agree with it. So, to John, if you're listening, eat my ass. I've gotten to the point now where I don't even need an explanation. I just hope I don't end up in a situation like that again. Anyway, on to the next one. I think Almost Fire was one of those songs where I had mentally prepared myself for like this really deep and like personal song, and then I had scrapped it. Like, just, it was not where I wanted it to be. And I was just so annoyed with myself that I wasn't able to write the song that I was trying to write. And one day I was listening to this song that, you know, comes on my my YouTube playlist, and it struck me like lightning, this one lyrical section. And I was like, you know what, I just want to take the energy of that one sentence and distill it into a single song, because it just feels right, you know what I mean? Because I've loved people before, and I've struggled with things, and I know this feeling. And I knew that I could channel that emotion. Like, I had the ability to articulate how it feels to be in that situation. And I think this song came out so good. This is probably my second favorite song in the entire album. Right up there behind Sad Trial itself. Because Sad Trial itself is just so good. Mine to Decide. What a good song. I really like this one. There's actually a sister song to this called Lead Hands, but it wasn't fit for the album, so I ended up scrapping it. But this song came about when a friend of mine invited one of their friends to my server, and I had so many problems with that person that one day when they broke one of the rules, I had given them so much leniency at this point that I just wasn't having it. I ended up kicking them from the server. It was for having basically a nude profile picture. So they changed it to somewhat less nude, joined the server back, and I said that's fine. Well, my friend took issue with it because he assumed that the new picture was what I took issue with. And then he blew up so big, ended up tearing half of my friends group apart, basically destroying my server, and that's why it's not linked anywhere, because it's basically dead. And actually ruined a lot of really good friendships over what was essentially a misunderstanding, and no amount of me trying to explain myself would ever change it. So another interesting fact about this song is the guy that I was originally supposed to work with to make music, his name was Legion Zero. I think you can find him on Bandcamp and Facebook. But he was actually a strong inspiration for the end of the song. You'll hear that kind of screechy noise and faded vocals. That was actually a direct reference to a version of one of his songs that I helped direct that he ended up scrapping. So, go figure, the guy that I was trying to work with to even create this channel ended up scrapping the only song that we ever worked together on. But I guess it is what it is. He's off doing his thing and I'm doing mine, so I guess everybody learns to move on by themselves and live their own lives and their own path. Ooh, and here it is, the EbonWing song. I had originally written Room Without Air first, but this was the second song, and this was specifically designed to be a goth rock song. And when I tell you that the ending always gives me chills, I'm not kidding. I used to put it on my playlist. I had an unlisted version of this song on my YouTube channel for like 3-4 months now. And every time it would come on, I would listen to it and it would always give me chills. This song is very special to me because it's kind of one of those songs where you don't know what you're going to write. You just have a feeling, and when you write that feeling, and the words just kind of come out, and then you start putting all the pieces together, and everything just clicks. It's so satisfying, and this is one of those very few songs that came out so clean and so easy that it made it feel like I was actually creating things that made sense, and that was before I jumped headfirst into some of the worst, most difficult projects that I've ever had to deal with. I'm looking at the end of the album just thinking about it, because it was this song was very easy to make, and I am so happy with how it came out. So this is a very, very nice blessing, but it was a curse, because it disguised how hard the project would be with how easy that song was. So it kind of gave me false hope that this would be an easy project. Little did I know.
I always cared about that.
Ah, yes, this song. Visions of Me. What a song. This song was probably the most difficult song to write, because it's not a song, it's an anti-song. It is poetry in the form of music. And that's kind of the way it was designed. It was designed to be a spoken, lyrical number. Not necessarily a song, but just poetry in the form of a song, with music to it. But the way it came out kind of blended the two into a weird mix of like a half song, half poetry, half, jazz snapping your fingers jam, but I think it came out really well. I think it bridged the gap of what I can do musically, and I think this is probably one of the most experimental songs on the album, where I didn't really have a convention. I just wanted to do something interesting, and it felt right. Visions of Me as a song, it was written as kind of like an addendum to A Sad Trial, in a way, where it's kind of me expressing that I am not perfect, and I've tried so hard, but if you choose not to see that version of me, I can't stop you. I'm just going to have to deal with that. And unfortunately, sometimes that's just how life is. I can't make other people understand, only try my best to explain it. And if they don't want to, I can't make them. Yes, so the end of the album. Not technically, there is one more song after this, but it's meant to be a secret song, but you can't hide a song on YouTube, just wouldn't make sense. This song was kind of meant as a final say, an ambiguous did he live or did he die kind of song, where I leave the singer and EbonWing as a whole as kind of a mystery of whether or not he redeemed himself or he passed away. And I feel like I balanced the line very, very fine with whether or not he survived. But one thing's for sure, the bird, EbonWing, his name is Nyx, and he watches over you. He doesn't give any input, he doesn't care, he doesn't feel, he just watches. And when you've passed your trial, he will leave. So, at the end of his trial, Nyx flew into the sun and disappeared. Whether or not he ended peacefully or aggressively is up to interpretation. I guess we'll know if there's another album, but for now, Nyx is gonna sleep, and so am I. This album was a pain in the ass to make, and I think this is one of the most beautiful songs that I've made. Not my super favorite, it's a little long, but it's long for the sake of being dramatic, and I think it balances it well. So, I really hope that you enjoy this one, because it might be the last, who knows. And that's it! 6 months of my life boiled down into 30 minutes of audio. What an experience. A lot of people seem to think that when you generate music with AI, it's as simple as click to make music, but there's so much more involved than that. And to try and explain that to other people is so difficult because, to their knowledge, they've been told this entire time that making stuff with AI is so incredibly easy. You just type in make music and stuff, and it just shits out great music, and that's not the case. It does not work that way. Believe me, I have thousands and thousands of songs that are just total trash. They're not even worth listening to. To the point where they are just noise. It's not even listenable noise. It is just noise. And to sift through that, to curate an idea, an emotion, a feeling, to describe how I feel in such a way that it can pull that from the ether, it can pull it from other people's inspiration, that it can pick up on other souls and collect that and bring it to me, is such a difficult process. Because if you are not incredibly in tune with what it is that you are trying to make, you will never use AI to make anything. For me, being able to use AI to make things, I don't see that as a slight against people who make things. Because if their passion is directly in the muse of making things, then more power to them, and I would love to support them. But my muse isn't in making music. It's cultivating a feeling, an emotion, a thought. Bringing you an expression of who I am is what I'm good at. And AI helps me do that. And I really, really, really hope that someday we can lose this stigma of AI music just being garbage. Because it's not. It's an extension of myself just like any other medium. But I guess we'll just have to wait till that day where everyone stops getting so butthurt over it. But thank you so much for listening. If you are here at the end, you are an absolute Giga Chad with a huge penis, and I am so happy you are here. But sadly, I must go. I have so many more things to do. I am on the last 3 days of my vacation. I need to do laundry, fix my brakes, go food shopping, do my dishes. It is a nightmare. There's so many personal things I need to get done, and I am neglecting all of them because it is 11:34 and the music releases in 26 minutes. So I am on a time crunch right now. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me, to feel the expression of my music, and to really give who I am a chance. And for that, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, and stay safe and stay creative. Have a good one.